Hi, it's Skylark, Songbird, and I am talking to Bob Dylan on YouTube because I cannot reach him directly. This is what his website said. They said it is impossible. And I have an emergency situation. As I said in the previous video, Bob Dylan and I conceived a baby at the concert for Bangladesh. I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know you could do that. It said, Frankie Valli said, "My eyes adore you. I didn't lay a hand on you, but my eyes adore you." Okay, you take that slow. He's saying, "My eyes are a door to you." So Dylan went through the doors of my eyes and put his seed in my uterus many times, including the time at Madison Square Garden. Okay, all you need to conceive a baby is for the woman to see the man get very excited. He get excited at the same time. I'm talking about exhilaration, not just a little excited. And the body says, "Oh, this is the one, okay," and it makes a baby. And that's what happened. Okay, so Dylan says, how does it feel to be a complete unknown with no direction home? We can stop right there. What is home? He over orders, he being Bob Dylan, orders me. So Dylan thinks he orders himself. Okay, and then you see what you add to me, because he said, Dylan said he's me. All right. Yeah. So then, my eye. He gave me one of his eyes, his Einstein, so that I could see, like Einstein can see. First principles. Einstein is a metaphysician. He sees first principles. And so do I, thanks to Dylan. All right, now what else I want to say? Oh, so then Gurinder Singh has been taking responsibility for all these babies and Dylan has given me all over the place. And so he wants Bob Dylan to take responsibility for his own family, because he had to be a guru and get in my head and stay there for 60 years because I was afraid to talk to him. I didn't know somebody could be in your head. My mother said to me, it's okay to talk to yourself, but when you don't answer, that's weird. So I couldn't talk to him. And then one day, about 3 or 4 years ago, I said, maybe I should talk to him. And I found out his Gurinder Singh. So we had a relationship in the head. And anything I needed, he was there. I don't know what he did all those years. Meditated, I guess, that I was scared to talk to him. But I know these past few years, he has been invaluable to me. Answer any question at any time. I was afraid to go down the stairs. I'm in hell. This is Dante's Inferno. These people are animals. I can see it because I read vibrations. And I was scared, and Gurinder Singh has held my hand. So and now he wants Bob Dylan, and he tells me, you better tell Bob Dylan that his son is freaking out. He's alone in the world again. Okay, because when he was Jimi Hendrix, after he had shown us what he can do, he didn't know what to do next. So he was taking drugs and killed himself. When Singh was King Saul, he lost 3 sons in the same battle, and he fell on a sword and killed himself then. So the punishment for suicide is blindness. So seeing, though his eyes, you think he sees, he's blind to pay for what he did when he was Jimi Hendrix. So I, being Freud, and Emma Jung, the wife of Carl Jung, and Fritz Perls, his wife, who created Gestalt therapy, have had to be Sing's psychotherapist that he don't kill himself again. And the same with our other children. Robin was Galileo, and the Catholic Church screwed over her when he was a polymath, and house arrested her for 8 years. She was suicidal. And then the other child we made, Melanie, light skinned black, like me, was Vincent van Gogh. He shot himself, brains out, when he was 32 due to poverty. He was a genius painter, but he couldn't deal with poverty. She's in the same situation now. She has 4 saints that she brought into the world and can't feed them. And she stopped asking us for money because Robin said to her, Mom is sending you her food money. So now Melanie doesn't want to ask me for money. She has no money. She was this bum that bit her finger. It got infected. It knocked her teeth out. I mean, can you believe this is what is going on? That I spent 30 years being the psychotherapist for these children and giving them a first-class upbringing, the best education, the best food. We kept busy with all the activities you can do in New York with no money. And so I did all that, and the husband was Lucifer, was a Nazi, so Lucifer was so guilty that he took the 2/3 of the angels out of God's heaven. And I got to deal with him. He tells me, I came to New York to die. So I'm running around like it, trying to keep these kids with the talk and share therapy I invented, trying to keep them from killing themselves. I didn't know the details like I know now, but I knew they were suicidal. And I knew I had to be careful. And I made them very soft. And now they're on their own and they can't hack it. They don't, because they're not used to it. They're used to a helpful mother. I monitored their thoughts. I didn't even want them to start thinking about suicide. See, so Robin's in Hawaii, living with these strange people. A guy that is so unaccustomed to women, he shakes his everything. She wants him. What? She's supposed to marry the president of the United States, Will Smith. That's who she got a master's degree in psychology. She speaks French. She's traveled all over the world. But I don't want, and she calls me up today and tells me Singh is angry and bitter and harsh. This is not the Singh I know, because he's getting old. He feels old. Rock and roll is that way. So I'm trying to tell him he needs to play jazz. He was George Gershwin. His father, Bob Dylan, was Charlie Parker. And he can, jazz musicians, the older they get, the more they're respected. He could do that. And also, he can't get a girlfriend. His wife walks out on him 10 years, and he says, I thought we were married till death do us part. I don't understand. So he's devastated. He can't get a girlfriend because he's not doing his music. And in California, they only care if you're doing something they're status seekers.